Happiness. Everybody wants it. It seems to be easy to acquire. A nice hug, a drink with your pals. But it seems to be a fleeting emotion, meaning it doesn't last forever. But why? I've seen on my social media over the years many people asking, why can't I just be happy forever? And there's a perfectly good reason for it. This is a human brain, and its function is to keep us alive. And for the past 200,000 years, the time modern humans have been around, it seems to be doing a pretty good job of that. But happiness, in short, isn't an emotion that keeps us alive. Growing up as a species, we needed a few feelings to keep us alive. One, a general sense of danger, knowing not to pet the big stripy jungle kitty, or to eat the oozing mushrooms. Number two, maternal love and trust. These are possibly the emotions behind humans forming tribes and hunting parties, and even having maternal instinct. Humans are not very formidable individually, but together, with the blessing of speech, we're a force to be reckoned with. We can take down animals much bigger than ourselves and build empires with cooperation. So it's generally a good idea to have someone in your cave you can trust. As for maternal instinct, it seems that human babies are one of the most useless on earth. They need to be looked after for many years before they're self-sufficient enough to fend for themselves. Thus, a deep connection to care for your offspring would be advantageous. But as we look through these things, there doesn't seem to be a need for happiness. Unless, however, it's earned from human advancement. Meaning, happiness is not a human default setting. I think that we can all agree that happiness is a great feeling. It's biologically used as a reward for doing something good, like inventing fire, mating very loudly, or eating a Big Mama steak. So we keep doing those things, and the humans that kept doing those things eventually prospered and reproduced, thus reinforcing the condition that happiness is a reward, not a default. And as humans advanced, eventually inventing clothes, homes and electricity, we had small rewards of happiness, because we had just made our lives better by being warmer and more secure. Basically put, pre-humans that had the delight of always being happy never made any advancements. They never felt the need to reproduce excessively, meaning your DNA is not from the happy all the time pre-humans, but from the humans who were constantly chasing the feeling of happiness and reproducing, meaning you get your DNA from them. Now, onto some science. The medical process behind happiness is a fantastic chemical named dopamine, which is passed between neurotransmitters in the brain, giving you the feeling of pleasure. That's about as much as I know about neurobiochemistry, so moving on. Recently, it seems modern humans have found a way to cheat this system. We have found a way to receive instant gratification. Social media. I know this is a greatly talked about subject by a lot of brilliant minds, but I just want to scratch the surface a bit and explain how we may have ruined our happiness slightly by our overindulgence of social media. Now, like me, many of you can probably plead guilty to scrolling mindlessly through Facebook, switching to Snapchat, then switching to Instagram. Probably speaking to the same person but on two different platforms. What the hell is that? But then putting your phone down for 5 minutes, only to repeat the cycle for hours. And also, like me, you get a thwang of happiness when something you posted gets a new like. I mean, I smile from ear to ear if one of my videos gets a new like. Heads up, it's just down there. Love you. That is called instant gratification, a feeling of happiness almost immediately from doing no work at all. There are many studies done by people vastly more educated than me on how social media has systemically changed our brains, but it's been noted that people who use social media more frequently are more likely to suffer from poor self-image, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts. But how does this lead back to happiness? Since happiness is now at our fingertips, we've been delving into it more and more often. It's the same principle as a drug addiction. An addict needs more and more as they build up a tolerance to it, because less dopamine is being released by the brain after each use. And this seems to be happening all the time to a younger and younger audience. Certainly times have undoubtedly changed since our hunter-gatherer times, but evolutionarily speaking, we are still the same under the skull. Our neurochemistry hasn't changed, as evolution takes a very long time for even minor changes to occur. So we're just cavemen with smartphones. We are not meant to be happy all the time, as I previously stated, and it's completely normal to feel sad. All these are normal emotions that give us a sense of being human. So how do we combat sadness without reaching for our phones and receiving that instant gratification we all crave so dearly? Well, one of the main stress busting and uplifting things you can do is exercise. The benefits are amazing. Plus, if the sun is out, that also lifts your mood, as sunlight promotes a feeling of well-being. Try doing something creative. Buy an instrument and practice. I'm terrible at all instruments, so I beatbox, and that's become sort of a passion of mine. It's something you could do all the time, and when you notice progress, the happiness you feel is unparamount. So remember, happy all the time bad, happy sometimes good, sad sometimes good. So work hard and be happy sometimes, you clever caveman. And also, stay intensely curious. Oh, and PS, fuck jellyfish. Pricks. Thank you to everyone who clicked on this video. It means a lot that people are taking the time to watch them, and I'm really grateful for every like, comment and subscribe I get. It really means the world. So thank you to everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.